The producer's surplus. We look at the market or an individual firm. In this case, we will look at the market. We have the quantity of the good that we are producing on the horizontal axis, and we have the price or the marginal cost per unit of the good on the vertical axis. We have a supply function on this market, which indicates, since it's supply function, it indicates that we know that all the producers are price takers, because it's only price taken firms that actually have a supply function. And the supply function is the sum, the horizontal sum of all the marginal costs for all the firms. So we know that the supply function gives us the definite cheapest way of producing the next unit. The firm that has the lowest marginal cost for the next unit produced to the market will be the one who's actually on the supply function. If we look at this, we will see that, for instance, we have a quantity equilibrium. That unit here, this unit, has a marginal cost that is equal to the price equilibrium. So all of the rest before, prior to this one, have had a lower marginal cost. So for instance, oh, we didn't get that one. So if we sum if we say that we sell all of these units, we see here that the revenues will become the price for each unit times the quantity that we are producing. So quantity equilibrium. So this greenish area here, that is the total revenues, price times quantity, for all of the units that we have produced, from 0 up to quantity equilibrium. The marginal cost for those are, though, as I mentioned, lower. So if you take a unit, one of the units closer to origin, closer to 0, we will see here that the supply function will give us the marginal cost for that unit. So when we compare the marginal cost here for this unit and the price that we are actually selling that unit for, we see here that we will have a price that is higher than the marginal cost. So we will have an overvalue, so to speak. We will get more payment than it had costed the company to produce that unit. So if we sum all of them, these marginal costs together, so we have the marginal cost for the first unit plus the marginal cost for the second unit plus the marginal cost for the unit example, and so on up to quantity equilibrium, we will have this area beneath, under the supply function. And that will give us the sum of all the marginal cost. And since this is the sum of the change of costs, it has to indicate that these are the total variable costs that we have on this market. And the difference here, that is the producer surplus. So the difference between the price of each unit of the good and the company or the market, depending on which we're looking at, marginal cost for each unit, summed for a certain number of units, will be the producer surplus. So we can also define it as total revenues minus total variable costs. And if we're interested, as we see here, for a certain number of units, we can also look at the producer surplus from unit example up to quantity equilibrium. So these are the summed marginal cost for those units, and this area under the price axis down to the horizontal axis. That's the total revenues. So the difference will be this triangle there, which will be the producer surplus for those units.